Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2. We have a lot of vengeance to wreak upon everyone, all the time. Is it vengeance when we started it? It's pre-venge. We have a lot of pre-venge to wreak upon all these people. So, Hagreen did not pierce the veil of invisibility that we've managed to erect around Cat Rains, and so she came down here to fight, thinking that she'd be able to withstand the counterattack from Burke Black. She does not understand how much trouble she is in, so let's bring that to her attention real quick here. Unstealth my army and give her some feelings, some immediate concerns. What? Really? Why would my unit of deckhands have died? That's a lot of money, though. It's fine. It was just a low veterancy unit of deckhands. It's not the end of the world, but personally commanding that, I definitely wouldn't have lost anything. So let's see here. Deckhand mob and depth guard units. So here's the thing I'm not 100% clear on. This stuff does not affect... I guess the gun mobs are called zombie deckhand gunnery mobs. It's not the same name. But we should probably grab this for our Necrofex Colossus, even though we're not really using the other stuff. You know, we could be using rotting Prometheans, though. That could occur. We have been making some inroads in that direction. Oh, I didn't actually finish off your corruption skill before embarking on other things. You know, sometimes I'm a little bit spacey. I know, it's a shock to everyone. Do I want to just get another unit of polearms? I kind of do. Yeah, I'll just replace the lost polearms with more polearms. Or he only has one mortar. Let's solve that problem. 2 mortars and a Colossus, I think, is a good set of artillery for these armies. So, what do we want to do with these guys? This right here is part of our region, as is Storag Core to the west. They're both currently owned by Tretch Craventail. So we have to figure out whether we think this is a good time. Excuse me, a good time to go after him. Should I just come down here and take out this stuff? Thing is, we could even just burn down. Oh, the Red Desert and the Plain of Spiders. Oh wow, there's a whole province pressed up against the west edge of this map, huh? What I'm thinking is that we may want to burn some of this and leave it for the Exiles. But you know what? I should probably take the stuff that's not in their province. I'll let them have that province, that desert province up there against the wall. But we should take the rest of this stuff. So, probably the answer is no, I don't want to fight Tretch Craventail right now. We have things to do. Oh, he's out, right? Hold on. How many provinces does he have right now? Maybe we could just remove him from the game real quick. Tretch Craventail has 9 provinces. Clan Rictus owns 9. So this is 1, 2. The rest of this stuff up here is all Dark Elf. 3, one assumes. 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. I don't think I'd counted that one yet. Maybe one of these is them? I think the Chaos armies are still running around up here, though, right? Huh. I don't know. This might be a good time to turn on him, though. We can complete our province. Yeah, Burke Black, go over here and scout this place. If this place doesn't have a big garrison building, we're just gonna turn on this game in this turn. It does, in fact, have a big garrison building with an army in it. I still might. Right, because we're going to have to get rid of him no matter what. I do wish I had a little bit better grasp of all of their stuff and where all their armies were. But yeah, like we gotta wipe them out. I don't know, hold on. We'll come back to these guys. Here we go. We know what we're doing with Silostra. Am I just riding in on them? Am I just fighting? They have an awful lot of Black Ark Corsairs. They have an awful lot of melee troops. They do have quite a few Reaper bolt throwers, which can be annoying during siege battles, because they can fire over the walls. And we don't have infinite healing in Silostra's army the way we do in some of our armies. May as well rebuild the port. Star Tower is still -5 public order. Still taking 6 points from lack of corruption. Yeah, it would be a lot easier if we owned that whole province. And this won't increase my public order any further. Nope. Well, I don't think I really want to change anything up here. I think we're as set as we're going to get there. We're just going to have to run back over there and put down rebellions from time to time. Also, this right might be valuable to us. Curse of Eternal Service in 3 turns. So the other option I have is that I could just run toward Axolotl, or I could come down here to Oxil. It's not of special importance to me. Run down here to Oxil and start attacking Skaven stuff. It's not like we're going to surprise them, right? They know we're here. Also, if I were going to install one final building in her ship, what would it be? It's definitely not going to be a melee building. What does the anchor do? Crew growth and unit XP, so would have been interesting earlier. We don't need it now. I guess we could just pick up the dart launcher. When all the way maxed out, it gives me 15% missile damage on my artillery and also extra uses on my cannon abilities. That's kind of it, though. It's really not... See, it may just not be worth building anything. Yeah, I don't know. Not, I suppose, something I need to be focusing on right now.
Yes, my pretty.
Thing is, if I took this, that's in my current province, and it would wipe them out entirely, right? How close can I get to Oxil? Oxil is also in my current province. I'm wondering if the right play is to move toward Oxil because it might bait them to come out toward Chupiatl, and then we use our extremely good movement range to just jump back on them and finish them off. I kind of like that. The Mangrove Coast is the other settlement in this area. Oh, I can just take this now. Yeah, let's just do that. So we're going to find out, surprise, surprise, this belongs to Clan Pestilence. And it has a real settlement garrison. Okay, well, let's manual this. I don't want anything wacky happening here. And while I'm certain we would win, and I do not think we would lose any units, I think we will take way more damage from an auto-resolve than we'll take from me manually resolving, and I think we gotta watch the damage here. It would be really cool if my army was at basically full strength after this battle, which I do not think is a thing that is unreasonable. Although, that plague catapult's going to hurt us. So with any luck, this will bait the Dark Elf army to come out of their settlement. Really, really prefer not to fight them in there. So how are we going to deal with this? I guess with her army in particular, the strategy of taking the walls is a little bit less valuable. Or rather, the strategy of taking the gate is a little bit more valuable, is a better way to put that. In general, like it's extremely not worth it to try to wipe out gates with most of our armies because we don't actually want to engage in melee combat with most of the enemies. But Silostra's army can do kind of whatever it wants. And engaging in melee combat, like charging the gates, is going to reduce the amount of time we're suffering under enemy siege fire. With the Plague Claw catapults, that's something I actually care about. I think we're going to have Silostra and Robert right up front, and they're just going to charge the gate. And the rest of us are going to try to just only be in the firing area of one tower. We can probably jam into this dead zone. We won't have to be there for very long. Unfortunately, I don't know that our artillery will be safe, even if we put them all the way over here. Let's find out. Two facing that way. Okay. Start battle. All of you need to, in your current formation, just kind of get forward. And I'll plan around this tower's arc of firing in a second here, once it actually is showing its arc. And also, we're going to have Robert and Silostra just charge the gate, because that is what they do. Also, we may as well hit that now. Okay, so what I want to do here is, first of all, have the artillery move to a place where they are not in that firing arc, and secondly, get out of this firing arc as quickly as possible. Don't you guys, like, try to... Wait a second. What is the position? Oh, for some reason... Yep, I definitely box selected anything that includes Silostra and Robert. But also, for some reason, it was reporting Silostra's position as being way behind everybody else. Which is extremely not correct. Okay. So it probably wouldn't be all that hard for us to get control of this gate away from them. They just have a couple of slingers holding it. We could send some sirens up on the wall. Also, I suppose while we're sitting here waiting, we can definitely fire some of these cannon abilities into their grouped up dudes over here. You guys get some too. I'd hate for you to feel left out. %10 gate damage already. Right, I totally forgot about the Skaven thing. I should probably have a unit of something fall back and guard the artillery. Full arm depth guards seem fine. Yeah, because we're not going to be fighting a lot of large stuff in here. All they have is a single unit of rat ogres. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, not exactly ideal. Whoa! I've never been that close to the top of a Warp Lightning spell before. I did not realize that it had such an impressive effect. As soon as this gate breaks open, we are going in. Wow, those Depth Guard are immediately all the way dying. It's crazy how much damage they took from a single volley of Slinger Fire. Come on, get me through. Alright, well, turns out I had planned for exactly this circumstance. Also, honestly, the Necrofex Colossus would be able to solve this problem. Yeah, just get, like, all the way over there. Okay, and we are live. So, the first thing we have to do is get Silostra through the gate far enough that she can summon a reasonable number of knights on the other side of the gate. Holy crap. And the next thing we want to do is take the rest of our melee. Okay, we got the important tower under control here. I guess go after those guys. We want to take all of the rest of our melee. Sorry, probably not those depth guard. They need to have some time off and just get through the wall. The thing we need to do after that is take this gunnery mob. Well, we kind of need to wait for everybody else to finish what they're doing there. But we can line up the gunnery mob like this so that at least we can shoot through a little bit. It's like, this is part of the reason that I don't think taking gates is valuable to a lot of our armies, is that our ability to shoot enemies through the open gate is very, very limited. Alright, we just gotta try to get somebody through. Wow, that charge. Come on, guys. Let's force your way through. I just need somebody to get on these Plague Claw catapults. Okay, that's not a problem. This unit of Sirens has new orders. Sorry, did I not make it clear that you are to go through the gate? I don't really know a way of making it any clearer to you, but I want you to go through the gate. Alright, we definitely want to summon some crabs. Come on, guys. You can do it. Just push through. Use your superior mass. Just, like, force path. Yeah, they're doing a really good job at keeping me from getting through here. Alright, some of us are making it. Those of you who made it through should just keep riding. I only need a couple of you over here. Also, it's remarkable how many enemies they've devoted. How many of them are like wholly devoted to just keeping that unit of knights in place. I guess they're never going to deal any meaningful damage any other way, but this seems like a real waste for them. Alright, siege crew. We can have the Queen Bess roll forward and try to drop some fire on these guys now. Now that the tower is no longer able to shoot at the siege weapons. That's an option we have. Yeah, they just don't have the ability to get through the bodies. That's right. Robert's kind of through. This would be a lot easier to do against a force that was a little bit more like chaos style, where they just have fewer total bodies. Alright, well, Robert, come back.
My blade is yours.
Actually, Celestia should probably finish off the Red Ogres. If we can get Robert out this side... Okay, here we go. He can probably path through here. We just have to actually get him out. Also, I suppose I should remember to use my shield. So see, like, this thing. This thing is what's going to happen anytime we crack a gate. And it's always going to lead to this horrible, like, mob of dudes just slamming against each other. And this is maybe the worst possible position for us, for most of our armies. Because individually our troops are terrible. This is going to be pretty good. Yeah, individually our troops are terrible, and we will lose a fight like this to almost every faction in the game. Alright, Robert's going to break all these guys with his incredible terror. Try summoning some more knights. Okay, I think he should be able to get through now. Okay. Never mind the Plague Claw catapults, they're dealt with. I guess instead we have these guys ride around and attack that flank. Keep doing buffs, we can keep shooting spells. Vanguard's Revenge is a little tough to use, like, in here. I probably want to be a little closer than that, right? Something like that, maybe? I don't know, this might just rebound off the wall and not do any damage. Nope, never mind, it did a huge amount of damage. That was a good rebound. Alright, Robert has taken the town square by himself. As he often does. Yeah, we take a lot more damage when the enemy has competent artillery. But hopefully, Clan Pestilence will have to respond to Celustra's presence with some armies. She killed 507 enemies with her own hands. You know, I'm not sure... Actually, she might get credited for the cannon kills, since she's the Lord of the Army. I'm not sure who those cannon abilities credit to. And they did do some more damage this time than they usually do. But between her most effective tornadoes ever and that Vanguard's Revenge at the end, that just bounced back and went through that whole group of Skaven units twice, probably she actually earned most of those. Alright, did we take more damage there than we would have taken from the auto-resolve? Yeah, possibly. That's entirely possible. Fortunately, we will be mostly made whole next turn, and I do not think they have any ability to respond to us before that happens. They're not going to be able to get an army over here to attack us just yet. Let's see. He has almost literally every yellow skill. At this point, like, at least increasing his armor-piercing melee damage does something. None of those blue skills are going to do anything at all for him. Alright, Peggy Rains. Piggy Rains was headed down to assist with the situation that is occurring over here, but I'm gonna go kind of this way. Gonna keep an eye on Mr. Craventail's armies over here. Cat Rains, we haven't figured out what I want to do with you yet. Let's talk about down south. Well, it should be pretty easy. We'll just grab some stuff from this recruitment pool. Fortunately, we're in an area with a pretty decent pool. Do we want some dogs and bats? I don't like dogs and bats in a lot of cases, but against Skaven, they can actually do some reasonable damage. They give us a way of getting in on the enemy artillery, which I do appreciate. But that puts me at 14. I could put 6 more units in here. How about... The Skaven slings make the bats pretty hard to use. They're very fragile. Let's pull a couple units of dogs as pseudo-cavalry. And then we probably just need, like, melee who can stand and fight. Do that, maybe? Okay. Obviously, we are taking this Skaven settlement away from them.
What is your demand?
Admiral of the fleet.
She's not close enough yet. I need you to be in a place where you... There we go. Where you will back me up on this attack. Huh. It suggests that I will probably lose this battle. They have 2 Warp Lightning Cannons, which I care about. And nothing else, really. Nothing else that I think is terribly dangerous. Alright, I think we probably got this. I am sad that we lost our Flamethrower Giant.
Get us out of here.
Hold up, encircle. Can he do... Oh, he's not going to be able to affect the settlement while we're encircled. That's fine. He probably has other stuff he needs to do. So we have a level 3 Warlock Engineer and a level... Okay. Let's have Lenny Sealegs come down here and attempt to devour this level 8 dude. Now who is the terror in the jungle? God, he really is something, isn't he? Criminy.
Send them down.
Alright, yeah, we gotta do this to prevent this army from rebuilding. I think we should be able to do this. So this is going to be an open field battle because the settlement doesn't actually have walls. Looks like there's some water, which is definitely beneficial to me. The dogs, when they come in as reinforcements, can run over and attempt to harry the Warp Lightning Cannon crews. We could have our mortars focus on their artillery at first, I guess. Remember that fighting in water is a real pain in the ass for most factions, but not for us. So we may want to take advantage of this marshy area. Line up like this, baby. We have a ton of Sirens, which is great. We'll have them right behind the ranged. I want to make sure the enemy has to come all the way in to fight us, that they can't just cheat by standing at the edge of their firing range, although I suspect my firing range is greater than theirs. What with us having guns and them having a weapon that is powered by arm muscles. Alright, we could probably do better than 0 wins to start with, is my guess. Yeah, alright. That's better. Alright, not a lot of magic in the opening moments of this battle. We do have summonable Prometheans in this army, though. That's going to be really nice. I probably want to start the mortars tilted a little bit more sideways. And also a little closer to the front here. Alright. So, first priority, I think, is their cannon crew. And, of course, guard mode for you. You, I guess, just wait for something to actually walk in range. Or, actually, no. He can move around while firing, so he can just start up now. Okay, that's something. Doing some damage right away. Let's get over here. I don't really have a plan for you. Just get close. Get close quickly. Yeah, I don't really know what their play is here, but they are allowing me to do some stuff they probably shouldn't be allowing. Giving me more time to set up than I think is wise. Alright, they'll be done for pretty quickly. Now, I think they're trying to come at us at an angle to minimize the usefulness of my guns. We can't really interact with that other... Like, we can only be trying to destroy one warp cannon crew at a time, right? So we're just going to have to let that other one fire. I think we maybe want to tilt the end of our gun line a little bit here. Apparently that... Alright, not you guys. Let's maybe set up a little bit more like that. Get a little concave going. And the U-Lot should probably tilt with them. Yeah, alright. When the enemies get close, we will summon in our units of crabs. So we've almost broken down those Warp Lightning guys. Okay, they were in full retreat and fired a final volley, which is definitely a super legitimate thing to have happened. Get over here and get that buff on my artillery as quickly as possible. Okay, let's refocus. Where's their other Warp Lightning Cannon? Warp Lightning Cannon has greater range than the mortars do. That's a shame. Alright, we probably need to start focusing on units here. We gotta make sure that some of the scary stuff is pretty torn up by the time it reaches us. In particular, yeah, Death Globe Bombardiers are a concern. Okay, you're actually about to have fire on those Night Runners. Who else is over here who needs orders? We still are fighting those guys. The Bloated Corpse. Oh god, the Bloated Corpse is going to run right into those clan rats, isn't he? Yep, he sure did. Awesome. Really cool. That's extremely good that that happened. Okay. Get over here. Yeah, that sucks that he came into the map already dead, effectively. It's really shitty. Alright, dogs, you got a plan. Ha! Right. You should probably back up a little bit, dude. I appreciate what he's going for. This strikes me as a little unsafe. Why don't you fall back over here? These guys are going to have to move up a little bit more. Honestly, though, this isn't bad. Like I said, you get a nice firing concave here. Try to make sure that these guys are actually shooting at something. Not too worried about their Warlock Engineer. Okay, you lot all are already firing. This is probably an okay time to bring up the first unit of crabs. And don't worry about all this stuff. I mean, whatever. Polearm Depth Guard should probably get over here. Okay, so it looks to me like the dogs are going to be able to do the thing. Skaven are pretty fast. They're good at suddenly changing their positioning, so who knows? Maybe we'll see that they can get over to the dogs in time. Okay, that was pretty bad. That hurt. Go, go. You're waiting for. Alright, these guys... is there a single unit of melee troops anywhere? Yes, okay. So that's solved. We have our animated hulks who can also come over here and help, and the mortars need to roll up to, like, here at least. Unfortunately. It's going to take them forever to get into position. They're bringing around just a couple units of gutter runners on this side. We probably want to maintain firing focus. Here, I'm going to do that. That's how we'll handle this. You two units. I do want to keep one unit of sirens on top of the mortars, just, you know, for dealing with summoned rats. We can probably have you two kind of charge forward. That should leave the angle open for these guys, and I'm hoping even though the Sirens probably won't be able to catch these Night Runners, I'm hoping this will be enough of a distraction that it'll keep them from hitting my gunners at all. Alright.
Don't stop!
I think those Storm Vermin are probably dead. What is the cost of the next unit? 11. Well, I have 11. Seems like I should... Oh, Army's full. Right, that's true. Army is full. Okay, well, now that they've committed over there, we can do that. They are not bringing anything back to challenge the dogs, so that's really good for us. Apparently they can cast that spell a little bit more frequently than I can cast my spells. Do they have 2 Warp Engineers? Is that what's happening? Here's 1. Or Grayseers, rather. No, they only have 1 spellcaster. Maybe they have the other one available as a cast from an army ability or something. Also, this crew is coming back to their cannons, so you guys should probably deal with that. Dogs are pretty bad cavalry, but they're still basically functional as cavalry. Hard to be too upset about that. At this point, I probably want the mortar crews to be focused more on death globes. The other mortar crew, yep, is already doing that. And this mortar crew is actually close enough to start up. Okay, actually, we're in a pretty good position here. I should try to get on their lord with my shooty lord. All right, I think we're good. I'm not too worried about our Sirens getting like damaged over here. Apparently, those guys are just gonna let us do this. Might need to move these units up a little bit. Yeah, right now we're not getting a lot of firing. Okay. So we can pull these Sirens to the side. I can let my Lord stick in on here, but I want to give my poor rifles a little bit of a firing solution there.
On my way! All aboard! Advancing!
All that lightning.
Enemies wild! Powers of the deep!
Alright, so we can start casting on him. The Storm Vermin changed their minds. They elected to ungive up, which is, I guess, a thing they're technically allowed to do. Okay, so... Warp Lightning Cannon crews are permanently broken, which is great. The dogs can just ride over here and test... Dogs can just ride over here and like test the defenses of the other enemies, the things that they could never afford to actually fight, but that are currently engaged, so that they'll be flanked by the attack. Or I could just have them go after slingers and stuff. They probably will get killed by slingers. I think slingers can fire while moving. Or no, maybe it's only certain. Usually, it's pretty easy to tell because units that can fire while moving have a circle as their firing area, whereas these slingers with the classic cone probably cannot fire while moving. Means that I feel comfortable issuing that order. And... yeah, dogs do garbage damage against anything that has any armor at all. I guess let's try this. We might be able to just pursue these guys, like, clean off the map. But if I lose 2 units of Sirens, keeping those things from doing any other damage to my army, I'm, like, extremely okay with that. You guys are in the way. The Prometheans, I think, do not create quite as much of a wall for my units to fire through. Yep, turns out I was ready for that. Okay, people who are not doing anything over here. I would love it if you would start to do things over here. So let's grab you guys, and at this point, just charge forward, I think is the play. Just find somebody to shoot at. Seen a lot of surrendering. Oh no, okay, they have a Warlock Engineer and their Grey Seer, so they do actually have two casters who can be doing lightning at the same time. Alright, so we can kill their lords pretty easily. I think they're about done. They're not all in permanent surrender mode. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that was kind of how I thought that was going to go. Balance of Power bar does not have any sense of the might of our undead armies. Unfortunately, we are still, after this push, completely surrounded by enemy attackers. But with Silostra pressuring them from the southeast, finally doing that thing that we've been trying to get her into for such a long time, I think we should start to see them lose ground rapidly, because they just don't have enough bodies anymore to deal with all of the places they're being attacked in. Fighting a two-front war in a massive jungle sounds about as miserable as anything I can imagine.
This is pirate land now.
And I hate all of this land, and we're going to have to take it all over to prevent the Skaven from just refilling it. Ugh. Miserable. This is going to be miserable stuff. Okay, so Denizen of the Deep. I still don't think... Fog of the Damned might actually be good against Skaven. Leadership penalties are a big deal against them, but also Tide Call's really... Tide Call's pretty good against all the low armor Skaven units. It's not so good against Storm Vermin, which I guess should be my primary concern, because we can already deal with the other units in so many ways. Yeah, alright. Let's take the thing that will be more effective against the tougher Skaven. We will tech to fight the enemies that I'm actually afraid of.
Get the lash.
You should just hang out with him. Yeah. Bloated corpses actually are a little terrifying against Skaven. Let's maybe not do that. The dogs did great work there, to the point where I'm considering getting another unit of them. Maybe bombs would be a good thing to have, though. Yeah, alright. Get a unit of bombers in here. I kind of like the way that the Raised Dead stuff encourages you to play with a lot of different units. Like, we didn't get to the point where we have all of our elite stuff unlocked, and then just completely swap over to using the elite stuff, because we can't. We can't always. You need to try to get over here and become part of this army. You were digging for treasure. Nope, that wasn't it either. You have an imminent rebellion in the creeping jungle. Well, hopefully they'll spawn by Flanschla and not the temple. Fingers crossed. Also, garrison buildings. Let's try to get to a place where we can defend a little bit. So Viola took her turn already.
On deck.
Yeah, I actually have no movement left. This thing is lying. So now we got to figure out exactly what it is we want to do in the north. Do I actually want to declare war on Clan Rictus? With Peggy Rains so close to Ulthuan, I'm not afraid of them turning around anymore. But we do have a lot of problems to deal with already. For the moment, like, I can't even really ignore them, right? Part of the value of being at peace with them is not having to think about their positioning and stuff, but it's already the case that I can't do that because I can't trust them not to backstab us, because first of all, they're the AI, and secondly, they're Skaven. So I suppose we declare, try to complete our province here, and then I really think we're gonna have to push south and clean up all of this nonsense before we can push north and take Nagarond. It's gonna take a while for this campaign to complete, apparently. So if we're going to do this, who do we have lead the push? Burke's army's in okay shape. Her army's in also okay shape. I guess it's her. Her stuff's in a little bit better shape here. Alright, declare. Let's go ahead and wipe out some more Clan Rictus' stuff.
Get them.
Okay, so they have one catapult, plus obviously all the walls and stuff. We have 4 mortars and a Colossus
The
to deal
tide
with.
has come in.
We're just going to have to make sure that our mortars are focused on their catapult right away. We do at least have... wait, do we? I was going to say we do at least have Invocation of Nahek. Cat... Yeah, I think Cat has Invocation. Peggy did, and she left, but Cat also does, I believe. Unfortunately, this looks like another map with towers all the way to the wall. Good tower positioning does... Oh, it's this map again. Good tower positioning does limit our siege, our artillery advantage a little bit. Yeah? Number's green. You feel like that's an improvement there? Okay, well, I guess we're coming in on this side because this is where the reinforcements are going to be. So, we'll start... And we can't not be in range of the tower. It's just not a thing that is available. We could try to destroy the tower, but it takes a huge amount of artillery damage to destroy a tower. And I'm not even certain that you can intentionally target. Like, if I clicked on the tower, I guess I'd have to hit start battle before we can really check that. So what we're gonna do here is, boy, we a little short on melee in this army. Oh, the poor deck droppers are gonna be in terrible shape here. Yeah, bats are just really, really bad against Skaven. So they have a ton of slingers on the wall. If we try to get our bats near them to disrupt control of the tower, none of that will actually occur. We're probably better off trying to push their units off of the box that allows them control of the tower than we are trying to shoot the tower. And we have no ability to climb the wall and fight them up there. What exactly do they have nearby? Mostly clan rats and... Okay, you know what? There's no storm vermin up here. So actually, the depth guard might be able to take the wall and hold it. With the regen that they get from being in melee combat and stuff, we might actually be able to do this. Alright, let's try it. And everybody else, just approach. We want to get out of range of that second tower as quickly as possible. Oh, sorry, not you guys. You guys do not approach. It will not help us for you to approach. Boy, that's just like... That's not where I'm telling them to do that? That's annoying. Oh, that's beautiful. That, you know, that did a reasonable amount of damage, actually. Well, she's on foot. Yeah, okay. I'll just get up there and fight him. Reasonable artillery fire coming in here. So you guys can get over there. All right. We have to deal with this tedious nonsense. Yeah, you know what? Ignore them. I think I'm faster than they are, so... Okay, these mortars need to roll up probably at least as far as those mortars do. So given that they don't seem to have a lot of storm vermin, I think we probably actually do just want to take the gate in this case. With our 2 Morngul Haunters, we can definitely beat some clan rats. Nice of our enemies to forget to show up with any useful troops at all, though. Not a thing that I think we can usually rely on happening. Yeah, I'm faster than their unit of summoned clan rats. Alright, 1 unit of Sirens has to come back to the artillery. Oh, what on earth are you guys doing? Alright, well, guard mode. Don't go forward anymore. Now that the enemies are a little bit more engaged up on the wall, like we actually have stuff happening up here, let's roll the bombers forward and get behind the wall, and hopefully I can shoot at these things without suffering too much. I will say, our monsters are extremely good at breaking walls down. Hopefully their slingers will be too busy to sling at the bats. Because as it is, these bats right here should do, like, a lot of damage. Huh. The gates are not destroyed, but they have been opened. Keep hacking at them. Sometimes the enemy will the AI will open the gates a little bit, and then they will, if you move any units through, they will slam the gates shut on you again. So I try not to fall for that trap. Once was enough. You can keep attacking the gates while the gates are in the open state. That is what we're going to do here. We're also going to fire a cannon. I thought I told you to stick on the gate. Yes, all these sirens can also... Yep, see? This is why I wanted you to stay focused on that gate. The bombs seem to be doing pretty okay damage. And it's got the plague catapults shooting at my deck droppers, which is definitely non-ideal for them. We've almost got it actually open. There we go. Now we can move through the gate. Everybody here, just get in there. Really, a warp lightning shot on just a single Mongol Haunter. That's pretty unusual. He gets a solo invocation. Yeah, this is going alright. Animated Hulks are getting all bummed out about the fact that we are totally winning. I was hoping... It says ability recharge on there. I was hoping it might affect spells. It apparently does not. They have their Warlord in here, clogging the gate up. We are not getting to apply any of our guns in this situation, which is very annoying. You know what? Those are not the scary Globadiers, I guess. Their projectiles still do area damage, which is not great for us. We don't really need Deadly Onslaught here, but I guess I may as well use it. It has a short enough cooldown. You do generally get to use it more than once per battle. Also, keep in mind, the Mongol Haunters do have their own regeneration, so if we can just keep them fighting... Drop some invocation down here in a place where it will affect lots of people. He should actually probably focus on the Poison Wind Globadiers. These guys are anti-large, so obviously it's not great for my Mongol Haunter for them to exist. Bombers have done some pretty good damage here. And now that we have run out of ammo, we can go over and harass the Plague Cannon in melee. They did keep their Rat Ogres back. You know what? I'm flying across units of Slingers if I do that. Let's just withdraw. You've done everything we could possibly have asked of you. Okay, I can't help but notice that all of my Sirens are not actually coming through the gate. Actually, he should probably try to finish off that warlord. If we could actually kill him, that would be great. Well, he's permanently broken. That's something. Just roll everything inside. I don't want to have to keep melee back here to defend them anymore either. Now this is a little trickier. If I tell these guys to come through, they are definitely just going to climb the walls, which is not what I want them to be doing.
Fleet Admiral! Moving!
We're probably pretty close to this battle just being over. I doubt I have to do much more. Skaven are going to keep breaking and then unbreaking and then re-breaking, of course, because that's the thing they do, but I do not expect them to be able to hold anymore, and like the units that are unbreaking are going to keep re-breaking really fast because of the fact that they're seeing all of their allies break. I don't know why everybody's taking so much damage over here, but stop it. Stop taking damage from terrible enemies. They're not even being shot at by the catapult. They're just taking a ton of damage from, like, some clan rats. Where is... yeah, you. I'd love it if I could order him to just go up there and fight this guy. He should theoretically be able to do that.
Magic.
Whatever. He's a warlock engineer. He will not survive this. I don't know what the catapults are doing, but they're not fighting us, and I appreciate that at least. So it'd be really nice if we could get our units in a position over here to actually be shooting at the enemies. I think she's doing it, but, you know, she's only got the one gun. She actually seems to be completely disconnected from the battle. She's not even really facing the correct... There we go. There we go. Come on.
I agree.
They're fighting the catapults specifically at cat rays. She is that much of a threat. Also kind of surprised by like, how much they're willing to commit their ranged to melee fighting here. Just try to go through. Just try to go through the... Okay, now they're falling back. Yeah, they were kind of forming like a wall of ranged units there for a minute, which is a weird strategy. Not a terribly effective one. Alright, he'll hold him in place. Yeah, like this is my least favorite part of fighting Skaven. The battle is 100% for certain over, and all of their units have retreated at one point or another, but they're not all retreating at the same time, and so we're just gonna have to keep fighting. Also, why did everybody stop? Alright, the whole lot of you, get over here. Right here, this is your plan. Fight anything you... I really want to just, like, A-move. I don't think that's a thing in Total War Warhammer. You just want to A-click on the enemy plaza and have them charge through. It kind of seems like a bunch of them are not even moving anymore. How about this? What if I give everybody the attack order on that guy? Can we all just keep... let's just keep moving? You too. Fight stuff along the way, sure, but also keep moving. Yep, just continuing continuing to slowly fight down this street. You'd probably run the battle a little bit faster, at least. It's really, it really is over. There's really nothing left to do here. But I have to keep issuing this attack order over and over again, or they will stop and just stand around. And I get, like, the units that are getting caught on the enemies. Get caught on the enemies and have to stop and fight, sure. But there are the other units of Sirens, the ones that aren't engaged in melee combat, are literally just stopping and standing around in the street. Very annoying. See if I'll actually shoot this. Okay, hey, it went off. Also, they really should not be grouping up their ranged units on top of the things that we're shooting with my artillery. Alright, there we go. Finally. Maybe finally. Skaven mechanics, the constant breaking and then returning and then breaking and then returning, it all feels very good and Skaven-y. But it does not always lead to the most compelling battles. Alright, so that is a, it is one of the larger remaining Clan Rictus strongholds in the north dealt with. We should be able to take the one that is west of Clarkerend pretty easily. Although, unfortunately, it is going to require a little bit of running. We have Peggy Rains out on the sea to defend against any of the Clan Rictus navies, turning around and going back to Ulthuan.
Blood and plunder.
And I should have no problem just taking them out on the sea, I wouldn't think.
Make yourselves at home.
Admiral.
So hopefully we'll be able to break down Clan Rictus as a whole pretty quickly here. Yeah, more weapon strength, I guess. I don't know. I got a real sort of scattershot approach to leveling these guys up, but a lot of that is because it actually does not matter. Alright, you are just now at a level... Oh, you don't even have the hunger yet. I guess you don't end up in melee all that often, but you could. I don't really know what we want to do with her. Alright, is that... I think that is actually our whole turn that we figured out here. Yep, okay, we have this rebellion that's going to happen, and who knows what will occur. Man. Is this the... This is the turn that we started the video on, isn't it? I mean, we had a lot of battling to do. But I'm just trying to, I'm trying to think ahead to how many episodes this series has left in it, and it's several. More than one by a bunch. Alright, one of our armies is going to have to turn around and fight off those Dark Elves. The other one can... probably just sit here and fight off Dark Elves over here. Oh, interesting. They didn't come after us at all. They just left the marks of the old ones. Alright, they're stealing technology from their own city that I just moved into. Seems like that shouldn't be effective. You would imagine they would already know all of the technological secrets of that city. Okay, interesting. Well, I want to go to Ulthuan and deal with the minor faction there. The cannot remember what those are called. Not regiments of renown. That army that spawned down there. Because if they're raiding us, that means they plan to attack. We have another rogue army. That's what they are. We have another rogue army in the jungle over here, but it hasn't done anything at all yet, so I'm a lot less concerned about it. My experience with the rogue armies has been, though, that if they spawn in your territory and start immediately raiding you, what they are trying to do is put enough money to hire more units together so that they can attack you with their larger stack of many units. And I would really love it if that did not occur. At some point, we'll have walls everywhere on Ulthuan. That's not really what I want to do. I want to use those extra slots in the settlements for money buildings. But we may not have that option. Unfortunately, Ulthuan is it's just too far away from everything else that we need to be doing right now. And I really don't have the money to have an army whose whole job is to defend Ulthuan, because the situation in the north is becoming complicated rapidly. We're making really good progress against Clan Pestilence, though. Maybe this southern campaign could wrap up. We don't actually have to kill the Vampire Coast. I do have to take 2 settlements from them. We're going to have to kill a bunch of their stuff, but we don't have to remove them entirely. So I don't have to take over the entire southern continent. Alright, well, that one cycle of turns was just about an hour. Ah, of course they went to the Temple of Kara. Well... I mean, we can't win this, right? I'm looking at this. 3 units of Rat Ogres. As bad as Rat Ogres are, 3 units of Rat Ogres is a pretty... Yeah, you know what? Let's give it a shot. Because if we did hold them off, then we would have time to run one of the armies back over here. Well, maybe we would. Weep Heat Salt Spray. I also would have that look on my face all the time if people were calling me Weep Heat Salt Spray. But if we can hold them off, we can put down the rebellion, that would be pretty good for us. And then we're going to have a functional garrison building here next turn. Yeah. We're going to try. It would be really, really cool if we pulled this off. They don't have very much ranged. They have a single unit of Night Runners with slings. That's enough to defeat these deck droppers, probably. But if we can keep them apart, we might be able to make something happen. I don't know what I'm going to do with you. I mean, there's no fancy version of this, right? The Bloated Corpse just runs forward, try to get as many kills as possible. And the Flying Pistol Cavalry, we probably don't want to move far enough forward that we could be attacked by the Night Runners outside of rifle range, right? I probably want to just, like, hang out here. If the Night Runners want to come and get us, they can get shot by all these rifles. And I maybe just want to blow up on the Rat Ogres, actually. Come on, rifles. We don't have nearly as many as we usually get to work with. Well, I suppose reload skill. Improve reload skill. Yeah, that did something. What a good sea shanty that is. I mean, maybe need to start and move forward. Maybe needed to start moving forward a little bit faster. Okay, let's have the rifles fall back. I did not actually get my melee out in front of them. Completely focused on. Because if we get rid of these Rat Ogres, I think we're actually in an okay position here. And their slingers are very focused on my my pole arms, probably in an attempt to make the Rat Ogres a little bit more viable. So we're getting a lot of good fighting out of our bats. They have a Gracier, which could be annoying. I hate this thing. I hate this thing that sometimes armies do, where they retreat into you instead of away from you. Sort of very little respect for the meaning of the word retreat. Oof. There's some good plague magic there. Oh, no, never mind. It'd be really cool if that charge kind of failed. We gotta get rid of these Rat Ogres before they recharge again. Come on, you almost got him, you almost got him. We're doing alright here. I don't think we're gonna win this, but we're doing alright. Give up. Wavering. Continuing to waver. Oh, hey, it's these guys again. just shoot them a little bit more. Okay, they're retreating. Yeah, our melee troops are failing. We just need a little bit more time. Yeah, okay, the melee front collapsed. That's a shame. We would have had a garrison building here. And if we'd had the garrison building up, then a unit of rebels, an army of rebels spawning would not be able to immediately attack us. Alright, well, we can fast forward this. This is pretty clear how this is going to go. Alright, I thought we had a chance there. So I think they'll just burn the settlement. I don't think that they will. There are some places where sometimes rebels will take a settlement and become a faction on their own. In particular, this happens like around the capital of factions that started in the game. Sometimes if the rebels can retake the city, they will become the faction again. But I don't think that should be the case for these guys. They'll burn the city, which is not ideal because that will make it difficult to tell if it's being resettled by Clan Pestilence. But like that settlement was not important to us in any other way. Okay, construction cost up for all buildings. That's pretty whatever. Not too worried about that. So yeah, we're going to have to come back and do something about this. We can have Tommy Sealeg scout it, I guess. I really want him to join the army, though. I don't know. We'll worry about all this stuff next time, because that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully, in the next video, more than one turn. That's my goal. So come back for that, and we'll see you then.